books and shit.
I hit record it, drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, finished frames on my face. Looking like I'm from the deep, these no Cartiers. Pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa, whoa. I press the button and the doors go off like, oh. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa. Upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Neighborhood on the scene, neighborhood on the strip. Neighborhood be the name, neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood that's me, neighborhood that's Nick. Neighborhood do the dance, neighborhood do the deal. Okay, thought I'd never make it like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, young rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. Those on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, yo, no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since the fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no, no, no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go, go, go. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa. That money.
Hey.
Man, boy.
Going
Jeez.
on.
Hey, man. You got to keep that one rolling, man. Shoot.
I know, right? Hey, look, hey, Captain Rob, you know that's the type of vibes that we do in the JC Lounge.
Come on,
hey,
baby.
Welcome back, Law Nation. How you doing? Let me give you
Man.
the hand clap, man.
Yeah, boy.
It's so awesome.
Let's
to have
go.
you, man. How you been, man?
Man, I'm well, man. I don't like football. I love football, right? And when you've been doing all of the film research and analysis, man, it's nice, man, seeing your assessment of guys and being right on the money, right on the page with everything. So I love what I'm seeing with what you're doing, bro.
Hey, thank you so much, man. That's why this is one of the shows I've been waiting on you, Law. I got some guns right now, man, that I'm ready to unleash when it comes down to Cowboys Nation, because there's so many things that we got to do to get ourselves in position, offensive line and defensive line. Captain Rob, let us know what's up, man. How you feeling, man?
What's good with you, man?
Hey, man, and I
just want to say I love you. Come on, man.
Hey, yo, look, man, it's draft week. Yo, I live for draft week, dog. Draft week is just when, like, everything is just like, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, like, if you feel that the Cowboys are in championship contention this year, if you feel that they're rebuilding, it doesn't matter because it's draft week. Anything is possible, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to be right today. You're not going to be wrong today. You know what I'm saying? So let's get at it. Let's get at it. Let's see what we got.
Hey, man, big time, man. Hey, look,
I wouldn't know how this goes, baby.
you know how we get down, man. It's so awesome because the thing is, man, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. We got to go straight into it. We all know when it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys, the trenches matter. Ain't no other way around it. No left and right, the trenches matter.
Woo!
Speaking on the tackle position, right? That right tackle position, there's a lot of talent that's coming out in the draft. You got the Tyler Guytons, you got the Marius Mims. Law, please let me know, how do you feel about a right tackle coming and getting drafted in the first round and going to that left tackle position in a year where you got Dak Prescott on a 1-year deal, you got Mike Zimmer on the 1-year deal, and you got Mike McCarthy on a 1-year deal? Let me know how you feel about that with the right tackle getting switched to the left tackle position, a raw type of player that has not seen a left tackle position.
Yo, in theory, that's a great move. But in actuality, you got Mike McCarthy, whose back is against the wall, right? And then on top of that, if you quantify the fact that he don't have futures for him, right? So he got to get people that's going to be available to win now. And granted, yes, on paper, it may be a situation and scenario that Tyler Guyton can beat out Austin Richards. But when they get on the line, it could be a whole nother situation. Austin Richards could be turning the corner, and he could, dare I say, be better than what a Tyler Guyton brings to the table. And now we are overdrafted for that particular spot in venue, and that's not on the menu for us. And that's all rhyme for your mind. And I'm just going to have to say this as I kick it back to you, that I don't want that to happen, man. I need need for us to go get that BPA, the best player available now with the 24th pick, and not play around with it.
Big time. Go ahead, Rob.
Is there anybody you're looking at in particular?
One thing. Hey, Rob, can y'all hear the music?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, music. Okay, good. Because it seemed like a little low for some reason on y'all side. Hopefully everybody's good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We all good, man. Give us a 1 in the chat if the music is okay. And just to wrap that up.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Come on with it.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
That's what. Hey.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
It's fire. God, go ahead, Rob. Hey, yo, look. When it comes to tackle position, yeah, of course we need a tackle. But again, I'm always into the mindset of what is our goals for the 2024 season. Are we building for the future? Is this really like? Is Mike McCarthy going to have any say in who we pick because it's on a 1-year deal, right?
Right.
So like in that case, I got to be with Laurel and say best player available or team trade back. But now, if I'm going to pick a tackle, if I have to pick a tackle, if I really like this Guyton dude, this he has some elite athleticism that can easily be transferred to the left side. And if you remember, Tyron Smith, he was a little right tackle too at USC, right? And he made that move, right? His first year was up and down, but hey, a Hall of Fame career later, we see what we got, and I think Guyton has the same possibilities. I think Mims is like that big 340. He's an athletic guy too, but like I think he's best built for the right tackle. But again, it goes back to what are our goals for the 2024 season.
That's what it is.
I mean, I think I don't have to ask what our goals are anymore. I think the writing's on the wall. I think we keep on asking like, what are the Cowboys doing? I think Jerry pretty much told us.
That's why I said, man, it's going to be really good. But we definitely got to break this down when it comes down to Tyler Guyton. So we're talking about Guyton, right? We're talking about guys like Amarius Mims. So let's get into Guyton because I want you guys to get down into the All-22 film room with us. We got to talk about this, the good plays and the bad plays. We know that this guy was playing at right tackle position. Let me go here. Okay. All right. Boom. We good. So seeing Tyler Guyton, he's a mammoth of a player, 6'8", 323 pounds, 3-star recruit. And a lot of people don't know he actually played for TCU for his first couple of years. He was playing tight end and he was playing halfback. And he actually scored a touchdown. He scored a six-yard touchdown. I think it was a receiving yard touchdown. And he was transferred to Oklahoma, and he missed 3 games in 2022. And then he missed a couple games in 2023 as well. But this player, he's a solid athlete. He can get down to the second level. There is questions because I think he was injured this past year, but not having that experience to be able to play that left tackle position. Aggressive player, but I want to bring in a guy that has experience. It's a big time deal, but I think that with him, he's one of those physically imposing players. So that raw type of project, I just don't feel too good about bringing this guy in year one, grooming this guy, because one thing's for certain, Law, not everybody is going to be Tyron Smith coming out in their first year.
No, not everybody's going to be that. If you look at his skill sets, he can move. He can move out in space. So looking back at the background, moments of what you're talking about, you can see that athleticism is there. But he do have chances, and when you look at his tape, also he do have late hands. And one of the other things that you're seeing is that he kind of play a little too tall and allow the defender to get inside of him. And with a tackle spot, you got this cylinder that you're trying to keep players inside. But on the left side of the field, you're going to go up against your predominantly best edge rushers. So if you're going to take a risk at drafting a guy that played majority of the time on right side to flip him to the left side, I encourage you guys. I listened to this from my guy Duke Manyweather. He said it's like wiping your backside with your opposite hand.
That's awkward.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, man. And I hate to put that visualization in your mindset, but it's going to be like that. And now we talking about a course of a years that the Cowboys planned for this particular season. Tyler Guyton never played 17-week schedules, right? So now you're talking about growing pains. You're talking about trying to play by far the best and the hardest position to play on that front five, and that is that left tackle. It's going to be hard for Tyler to do that, Guyton.
On top of that, though, Law, he's only started 15 games in his career. So let's throw that in there too as well. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm just impressed by the feet, right? And I believe if you're an athlete at that level and you're first round draft pick at that level, you can make the switch, right? It's going to take some time, right? Like I play defensive end. Swimming from the right side it's hella different than a swim move from the left side, right?
Yeah.
It feels just like what Law said, right? But once you start doing it enough, it's like I almost got better when I went to the left side, right? I was like, I kind of hate the right side now. Like I found my real groove with the swim move, but that's at a much lower level of competition. But it can be done. It's been done. You know what I'm saying? It's not impossible. But now, if you're trying to win a championship, which the Cowboys seem to always be trying to do you really want to have this project tackle for your first year in Dak's last year, McCarthy's last year?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's gonna be huge. But not only him, we got guys like Amarius Mims too as well, guys. We got him too. So we're gonna put the press kit on these guys because we gotta talk about it, man. Another one of those mammoths of athletes. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'8", 340 pounds. This guy was a 5-star recruit, but he also played basketball too as well. I love to be able to have these guys that's coming in here to play multiple sports, wrestling, guys that understand leverage, little things like that. But he has no experience at that left tackle position, so it's always great to talk about. He missed 6 games with a left ankle injury in 2023, so health is really key with this guy. Only 8 starts. Very, very physical player. He's another one of those guys that can be able to get down to the second level. Very good mover. But he definitely looks the part, though, Law. You know what I'm saying? And just another one of those guys that played that right tackle position. And they've been mocking these 2 guys to us. So it's always great to be able to talk about these trenches just to see, where everybody's headed when it comes down to that offensive line, bro. Because it's going to be critical when they get down to the stretch if we, take that next step to the playoffs.
Most certainly. And when you were talking about that in general, and we both talked about feet and movement, both of those guys got those things. Feet, good movement. The problem is with Amarius is that he's only a Costco and a Sam Club sample size. All of those food taste good when you're in the sample size and you sit back and say, this is good. But then when you buy the whole bag, you realize, it was just a sample size. So I don't want Costco's, man. I need for somebody that I know for sure that can come into a situation and work for us. Now, in theory, once again, Mims, he checks all of the boxes that you would like to see for a long term. But my guy, Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim, both of those guys on 1-year situations, and they don't have that. They got to win now. So it will be a situation that I can lean on Awesome Richards and Terrence Steele on the outside edges opposed to Mims here.
Go ahead, Rob.
So when I'm looking at people, I'm looking at like what's elite about them, what's special about them. 6'8", 340 special. You can't teach that, right?
Can't teach that.
And like this boy's moving at 6'8", 340, right? If I'm a good coach, I'll teach you what I got to teach you to play NFL left tackle for me, but I can't teach you 6'8", 340, right?
Right.
So in a game of chance, which the NFL draft is, right? You just have to stick to your philosophies. My philosophy is what's special about them. Like when I 6'8", 340. 4 340s are special,
right?
6'6", and you can go up and grab the ball. That's special to me, right? Yeah. Quarterbacks that the ball leaves their hand differently. That's special, right? Like a Josh Allen, I was looking at him when he came out a couple years ago. Like that's special to me, right? I'll teach him the rest of the game. So 6'8", 340, I'll take all day. But then, I mean. Again, just goes back to what the Cowboys are trying to do this year. Which I know, which is nothing, right? But we always still want to have optimism that when we're trying to win a championship, and to pick a project tackle, which either guy is going to be, it's still like I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. That's why I say, man, it's going to be.
You feel me? You feel me though on that?
And both of those guys, man, will fit right into what Mike Solari is trying to do. You trying to operate by getting your guys out in space. On top of that, if we pretty much collectively talked about what happened last year, by these guys being in so much movement. We've seen a high rate of hamstrings being pulled. Tyler Biadasz pulled his hamstring. Tyler Smith pulled his hamstring. My guy Zach Martin, he pulled his hammy. And all of these guys was pulling because they were out on space more opposed to what they did under Joe Philbin. So if you getting one of those guys like a Tyler Guyton or a Mims, that would be a situation good for us, but it's not for now. We need to win now, and that is the problem. And that's why you got to dance around in free agency so that you can have these type abilities to go and get guys like this. But by us using the draft as our free agency, we don't have those longitudes nor latitudes to play around.
Hey, but throw this in there too, though, Law. We're not talking bad about these guys like they're going to be scrubbed.
Right.
They might end up being something. Don't get me wrong, but when you're playing that right tackle position, the eyes, that kick slide to the right slide, everything is totally different. That left tackle position, man, you're going to be seeing those right ends. Some of those linebackers, I mean, those guys are running 4-3s, 4-4s. That can be able to do ghost moves, rip moves. So the top tier athletes are on that side. So you got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, you get in position and make the right decision as far as that left tackle position. But okay, so let's go ahead and pivot. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't gonna pivot too much though, because we stand on that offensive line, man.
Woo-wee.
I stay on that offensive line. So,
come on with it.
All right, Law, because you already know, man. You know I missed you, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of ammo for you, brother. Okay. So as far as Brock Hoffman, right? Because I did that all 22 with him playing that center position. I need your thoughts on this guy, because the thing is that center position is the quarterback of the offensive line. And when you're looking at this guy here, you know what I'm saying, coming out of Virginia Tech, he's one of the guys that, I mean, he got drafted, I think it was like the 6th round, but you can find talent all throughout the draft. And the main thing is when you're getting these type of players, they have to be able to step up in mini camp, training camp. This is how you can be able to go out there and impress guys. I just want to get you guys' thoughts when it comes down to this guy playing the center position, because him and TJ Bass, there have been rumors about this guy kicking at that center position. So we'll see how it all plays out, but it's just not that easy. But I think that the work that this guy put in all throughout his career, the stuff that I saw against guys like Jalen Phillips, Dwayne Carter is another NFL prospect that he went up against. He put up some good work. So I definitely want to get y'all thoughts on this guy at that center position, Brock Hoffman.
Yes, most certainly. You getting the inverse of what Tyler Biadasz is. Tyler Biadasz is a guy who had great hand placement, but no power and hard to anchor in. Whereas Brock Hoffman, you getting poor hand placement, but with better power. I think he plays with better meanness. He get nasty with you. He plays better with leverage and anchoring in. Now, here's the blessing with Brock Hoffman, with the meanness and what he will bring to the table. To the right of him, he will have a Zach Martin that can help him out. To the left of him, he will have another all-pro by the name of Tyler Smith. So you can get away with a Brock Hoffman there in that spot, in that role, because he bring that tenacity to the table. Now, is he the end-all, be-all? No, but you get at least a mindset of a nastiness guy, and if he got horrible hand placements, those are things that we can work on and drive out with. Now, granted, the intriguing part will be how the draft will roll around, who will be there. And I would tell you guys, if it's at that 24th spot, we did numerous mock drafts. If it's a center that you want, you can moonwalk back like my guy Michael Jackson, and then go get your guys and get multiple draft picks and still be okay with that. But you still got to have that guy to battle out whoever it may be, Brock Hoffman and a TJ Bass. But go ahead with it, Captain Rob.
Yep.
You remember that Fresh Prince episode where Jeffrey was like, he was pretending he was the poet. He was like, something to the left of him, something to the right of him. That's what he said, Zach Martin and Tyler Smith. But when it comes down to the interior offensive line, Law, I got this stat from you. It's talking about Dak Prescott's win-loss categories when we rush for 100 yards,
right,
30 or less yards, whatever. We need to run the football, and when it comes down to running the football, we need to be mean up front, right? We need to be pushing the pile, right? So my left guard, my center, my right guard need to be the force of that, right? The tackles, yeah, sure, but like I need to protect the quarterback when we do get in passing, right? But I need my center to be like like nasty boy.
Yeah.
Either real nasty or real smart, right?
Yeah.
That's why I had my boy Travis Frederick, right?
Yeah.
You know, I hope he's doing well, but I wish I had you back. So if Brock Hoffman could do that, right, and he is big, he is nasty, he is tight, right, he has poor technique, but I think that will come with time, right? You know what I'm saying? Like last year, he was a 6th round rookie last year. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's getting better at that. But yeah, when it comes down to the 24th pick, if Jackson Paris Johnson's there, and if Zach Frazier's there.
Hold on. Oh, you said Jackson Powers Johnson. Hold it down, then, baby.
Hold it down. Then go ahead. Bring it down. You know, come on.
I got your back, baby.
Come on with it. Look at nasty.
That's my boy, right? That's big and nasty, right there.
That's big and nasty. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
If he's there, I don't know if I'm moonwalking back. I can't moonwalk anyway, so I might just go ahead and, you know.
But what if I can tell you that you can get him at the 32nd spot, and you can just still pick up an extra 4th round draft pick or a 3rd round draft pick. And yeah, I do like JPJ. I want my center to not wash his hands, you know, after he used the restroom. I want him to eventually grow that beard and be nasty and just hanging out and whatever he ate last night, whether it's in between the sheets or whatever it is, he just leave it there and keep it as cologne for the next guy. You want that. And I think that's what JPJ brings to the table. So yeah, give me that. Give me that nastiness, man. Yeah. Watch how he lay all over him, man, when they're on the ground. You know, pancake time for your mind. So yeah, we need that. We don't need that center that's all nice and they'll help you up and everything. We want Mr. Nasty Time right there, and he got to own that spot if he's drafted with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
but
man,
yeah. So if you tell me that I can go back 8 spots and pick up another pick and still get my same guy. That's easy. I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
But am I going to guarantee that? Can you guarantee anything in the draft? No. But you know, when you see, like, this is a special player. I feel that he's the best center in the draft, right? I believe he has elite nastiness, elite meanness, right? Elite intelligence as well, right? He can move, he can pull, right? He has some Jason Kelce in him.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, do I want to pass up on that just for an extra 4th rounder that might not turn into nothing?
Well, here's the thing, though. He's nasty. He's nasty, but how far apart is he from Zach Frazier, Graham Barton? How far apart are he from those boys, JC?
Hold it down, then, Law. Hold it down. Give me a second, man. I got you, baby.
I don't believe it's one B and 1C. I believe it's a clear 1, a clear 2, and a clear 3.
Look at that clear out right there, man.
Okay, look. So to me, it's not that far away. I mean, you got Zach Frazier coming in at 6'2", 350 pounds. He was a 4-star.
Kind of like Zach Frazier.
Look at him, looking at him still, laying all over him. Keep going, JC. Go ahead, give us that fire. Yeah,
man. So this guy was a 4-star heavyweight champion in wrestling. And like I said, man, I love leverage when it comes down to that. When you think about Micah Parsons, Osa Odigizua, guys that can be able to be physical and know how to use their hands. Very, very stout. He was a first-team All-Big 12. This guy started 46 games in college. Come on, man. This is the kind of center position.
51, what happened? 51?
Look at him.
One thing about that center position, you got to have a high IQ. Being a 4.0 GPA type of athlete, the better scouts, you got to go find players like that. You got to dig deep. Questions I do have, he does have short arms, but his short area quickness, if this guy can be able to get his hands on you, trading back like the Travis Frederick. I mean, if you can be able to do that, a lot of people thought that Travis Frederick was a 3rd round type of pick. They talk trash about Travis. They talk trash about Creed Humphrey. If you see a guy that's that center, you got to just go get that guy. If you got to move back. And with this draft law, I think that this is one of the better drafts at that center position. So it's going to be fireworks. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yes, indeed. Hey, go ahead, Rob.
No, I was just going to say, after seeing my man JC's all 22 with JC, his hand placement, his wrestling, I can see that. Like, I only wrestled for a year, but like some of his arm ripping down and arm placement and moving back and forth, that's crazy. Like, if you guys really look at it, like, it's like his short arms, like, he wants short arms because he wants you.
Get inside, quicker inside. Yeah.
He wants you here. You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome. So I kind of want to take back my words. At 24, if both centers are available, trade on back.
Yeah, you could trade
Yes,
on
indeed.
back. It's
Come
like,
on back, yeah.
Doing those mock
Yeah.
drafts, Law, you see so much value. So much value when you trade that.
Yeah. And then you gotta understand from a defensive tackle, they teaches you what rip, disengage, right? But if you got them short arms, you get inside, inside man win, and you anchor there. I think he can do that. Just close your eyes, man. I know y'all don't think we might have our eyes closed anyway, but just close your eyes and think about this way. You got Tyler Smith down inside. You got this dude, Zach Frazier, and then you have Zach. Them three right there whoop some ass, man. Excuse my French. But then now you coming out of a situation saying, hey, man, them doggone Cowboys, man, that whole inside all the way down to Terrence Steele, they done beat the hell out of us, man. We don't know what else to do. So I want to bring back that flavor. I want to have the pocket so that Dak Prescott can climb and go through his progressions. And on top of that, we can bring back A-gap runs. We haven't ran in the A-gap. We haven't been inside the B-gap because somebody's getting blown off the ball. Oh, excuse me. His name was Tyler Bigadish. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, he was just getting thrown out the building. Yeah.
The womp womp on that.
Yeah.
We need that center position to be solidified. It is imperative, Cowboys Nation. But we're not done with the offensive line.
No. Boy, you could.
I just, the thing is, man, we talked about that center position. We're talking about the right tackle position. It's important to be able to solidify it and get things going. But as far as that left tackle, guys, Cowboys Nation, y'all let me know in the chat box. I'm watching y'all right now. You know what I'm saying?
Watching.
Yeah, y'all let me know. How do you guys feel about Tyler Smith playing that left tackle position? And that's something that's been real 50-50 with a lot of us. Some guys want him to stick at that left guard position. If you keep him at left guard, then possibly we can go get ourselves a left tackle. Or if you kick him out at left tackle because you might not trust the Awesome Richards. You know what I'm saying? Just like that you mentioned. He hasn't proven anything, not saying he's about to be a mop, but at the same time, we can't trust that with all these one-year deals. So give me your thoughts, everybody. Let me know what y'all think about that left with Tyler Smith playing that left guard position or that left tackle position. Then get y'all thoughts.
Yeah. Even with this, you will have 3 questionable spots just by moving Tyler Smith to left side. Because here's my thoughts on this. Put that butter knife down. Don't shank me with it, y'all. You know for sure you got an all-pro guard right now without ifs, ands, and buts about it. He allowed 1 sack all season, and then on top of that, he only had right around 10 to 13 penalties. His rookie year at left tackle, he allowed over 7 sacks. He allowed over 13 penalties at left tackle. He was out there, and all of the things that the scouts said about his reaching, all of the things that they said about his feet getting outside of the cylinder and being able to hold players, right? Been an issue. And I know that it's hard to look at his rookie's tape opposed to his sophomore tape, but he himself said he felt more comfortable playing in at guard. So what I'm trying to do is continuity. I'm trying to build this. I'm not trying to knock it down to rebuild something else. So if I look at it this way, we'll be quicker and closer to finding that center. We already got that right guard, and we already got that right tackle. We'll be quicker to having 4 solid spots opposed to having 3, hey, what's going on spots at the left side. You see what I'm saying? And that meaning left tackle, left guard, and center. When we can just go ahead and clean all of that stuff up and have a solid offensive line 4 all the way down.
Go ahead, Rob.
Somebody just said.
I see him. I'm posting the joint up right now. Like,
somebody just said. Tyler Smith is a left tackle that excels at left guard. That boy's a left guard that can play some left tackle. It is what it is. Like, I mean, look how physically imposing he is. He's a mauler inside. When we drafted him, to maybe take over for Tyron. Right, we got an extra year at Tyron. But we found that, this boy can play left guard, and this is what he's here for, right? If you have an all-pro or something, why are you messing with it?
Captain, let me ask you a question, though.
Yes, sir.
If you had to fight Tyler Smith,
Yeah.
Would you rather fight him in the closed room like a closet, or you rather fight him on the outside?
Oh, I need some space.
You need some space. You better. You're wide. You're wide out. You're wide out trying to get him. Yeah, wide now. That's just common sense. You won't fight that big old boy down inside. Yeah, he's strong as an ox. He pushed trucks around up there in Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying? He pulled trucks, pushed them around. I got footage of that. And even Duke Manyweather. I mean, he works more and more and more and more, and he have his hands on this guy more than anybody that's in the chat or anybody who watch film. And if he said it himself that Tyler Smith is better at guard and I see him at guard, look, let's not put wings on a pig, you know, and say, okay, I want it to fly. No, this pig, this is a hog. He designed to be built to be put inside. So yeah. Put him inside.
Put his big ass. Leave his. He's a second team All Pro. Leave his ass right where he is. You found something good. Why you messing with it? Leave his ass right there. Right.
Okay. So that's why. Okay. I'm that's the case.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead. Finish, baby.
No, I was just
heating up, man. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a good job, though. Bro.
I was just gonna say, I think you could play a little bit better left tackle than what Law was saying.
Right.
Because he did get better, and that was his rookie season. Whatever.
Yeah, right. True.
But whatever. He's a second team All Pro. That means he's the second best left guard in the league. And you want to move the left tackle?
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. So we got to make sure we get it right as far as that left tackle position. So let's take a look. At the top 30 visits. You got guys like Fuega, right? He's one of the top 30 visits, but Law, I don't think that he's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Nah, he ain't gonna be
about guys like Troy Fatanu. So
oh my God,
flip away real quick, man, and because he's one of my favorite players that's coming out in this draft. Like one of my top 5 guys that I would like to see in the first round. Just watching this guy's tape, he is so athletic, playing that left tackle position, and he also played guard. I don't know if guys know that, but I don't know if teams they might kick him at that guard position, but. I mean, this is one of the guys that, I mean, he can get out in space and, I mean, deplete you, you know? And going up against right ends guys that's running 4.3s and all that good stuff. And just like I said, he's a Samoan guy. And from my last live stream, you always got to go get those guys that be like, you know what I'm saying? That's very important. You know what I'm saying? Those Samoan guys, they breed toughness. That's what you need when it comes down to these type of players, man. And, we'll see. We'll definitely see how it plays out because if he's available, I think that, he could be one of the guys that we definitely consider Law.
Yeah, man. Hey, we all can dream, man. And if he falls to the 24th spot, the football gods are really looking over us. And that will be a situation whereas everything that I said about BPA and what I said even on the round table, hey, I said it in the group chat. Hey, man, I'll throw away all what I said. If you get this dude, Troy, and you put him out there, hey, and then he will have help at Tyler Smith right next to him, right? And then we'll figure out Brock Hoffman. Hey, all we want you to do is just get nasty. You know what I'm saying? Just work on your hands and just get nasty, and then we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But what I'm thinking is, if we are pretty much quasi quote unquote all in, that there's always an option to trade for a guy, right? If you can't get this guy. So I would say, let's run to the podium and draft Troy if he's there. Last time, look, to be real, the last time we won a Super Bowl, we had a guy by the name of Troy on his team. maybe that's the thing. We need Troys.
Need something. Speaking of Troy, is there any scenario where we get quarterback? Will we pick up a quarterback?
Okay, my bad. I had to put my headphones back.
Or are we pivoting too much if I ask that question?
Wait.
Oh, you say if we pick up a quarterback? Hey,
come on, man.
My man hit us with the big time pivot, bro.
he done jumped out of the pool. We the pool.
Out the plane, bro.
Out the plane, yeah.
We'll come back to it. That's
what kind of pivot is this, though? What's going on in your mind, Captain Rob? What's going on, man?
Let us know. It's draft week, man. You gotta let us know,
you pulled up Troy Aikman, right? And the last time we won a quarterback, last time we won a Super Bowl was when we drafted a quarterback in the first round, and his name is Troy Aikman, right?
Yeah.
So if Michael Penix there at 24, don't be, bruh. I'm trying to tell you. JC knows how I feel about Michael Penix, right? I think he has the most unique arm talent in the draft, right? That's just my opinion. And he runs a 4.5, right? I think he's only out of the top 5 because of injury history. Yeah. All I'm saying is 3 teams win Super Bowls in this league.
Right.
Tom Brady's and Patrick Mahomes, the GOATs.
Right.
Teams that have all-world defenses, right? Which we haven't played a complete season of defense in 40 years. I don't know the last time we did that.
Right.
And teams that draft first-round quarterbacks.
Okay, I feel you.
If you go back and look at it, I'm telling you, it's like the Eli Manning's
the conspiracy theory, right?
Damn.
All right, so let me correct myself a little bit. People, the historians that we have, they said, "Law, you forgot about Troy Hambrick. I forgot all about him." So yeah, so that erases everything. But damn it, we are still gonna get Troy Fontana, how you say that man's name. But to your point with drafting a quarterback, what if I told you that Trey Lance is younger than Michael Penix?
Right. That's why I believe.
And we definitely can't have Michael here because his last name, they would mess up his last name all over here in Dallas. I had to really slow down. It'd be so much no Diddy around here. And so that dude is already long and he's long in the tooth. He's an older guy. Yes, he got great accuracy. He got great ball placement. But I go back to the theory of the Chris Winkies of the worlds and all of these Bo Nicks, all of these older players playing with kids. They should be good, So I just look at it from that aspect. I would say to y'all, man, if Mike McCarthy is smart, if Mike Zim is smart, they don't have the future. They got the now. They can't have time to develop because there's still a Cooper Rush fandoms over here. There's still Trey Lance guys, and then there'll still be Dak Prescott. And if you throw in a rookie with 5 years here in Dallas, oh my goodness, man, we might as well put white paint all over our faces and put a red nose on us.
But Law, let me ask you a question. Law. Does Mike McCarthy even have a decision-making
to say?
Like, does he even have any more powers? Like, he doesn't have any decision. Like, he's not picking anybody. This is Jerry and Steven's pick, right?
Yeah.
And then my second question. Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you guys are saying on the quarterback, right? We're not going to go get one, right? Because Trey Lance is going to get his chance, right?
Right.
I'm just, I'm so sad about Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Captain Rob.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite movies was Planet of the Apes, right?
Okay.
And one of the defining moments of that movie is when Caesar said, "No!" And they're like, "Oh, snap, he can talk."
Right.
So at some point, either is Dak Prescott got to say no or Mike McCarthy got to say no. Somebody got to grow a pair and tell the Jones family, no! You know what I'm saying? And get this thing going for the 2024 season and roll out with greatness. But if not, if they continue to be the doormat, people going to still walk over them. So they going to have to stand tall or not at all.
But isn't that period already kind of left us a little bit with free agency?
Man, it did. It did left us.
Trying to be loud with rookies.
It's gone.
Hey, but you still have the second wave of free agency.
Okay.
But
you still have the second wave.
And that's the point when they get the bargain shopping, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the bargain shop, and it's only going to be good enough to get you to the divisional rounds, Law. That's why I'm so big on those guys being aggressive. That's why, we were going crazy at that very beginning of free agency, but they never do it. Like, you go out there, you wait, but it's just good enough to get to the playoffs, and then you fold when it matters. But they got to prove it to us. There is no excuses for our Dallas Cowboys. When you see Dak Prescott, I know, Captain Rob, you just caught us with a big-time pivot just now, because I already know that thing just pivoted all the way from the draft talk. But, like, it's because it's a deep conversation, but it's a conversation.
But it has to do with the draft talk.
It do.
Because it falls into the quarterback position and all that good stuff. But at the same time, Dak better get it together. This NFL is not for long. You got to continue to keep on bringing in talent. If you think, okay, Penix, I don't think that's going to happen, but if you see a quarterback there throughout the whole draft, go get that guy. Don't make Dak Prescott comfortable. Yes, we do got Trey Lance, but he got to improve it as well.
I see your argument there. So what you're saying is basically, if your draft board says that Bo Nix is the best quarterback, or if Michael is the best quarterback, or whoever it is, then just draft him.
Yeah, it
draft him.
It
At the
depends
first
on
pick.
situation though. I wouldn't, because I'm looking into 2024, bro. I want us to be able to win. I think that this team is not far away. I still wholeheartedly believe that. Even though we lost a lot of players, this organization cannot mess this draft up. That's why we came in here tackling this draft, just trying to dissect things. You got to be able to hit the draft this year. If not, we all keep it 100, right? I mean, we in trouble. And, we all getting older, too. I said that in my last live stream. We all getting older, man. It's time for us to win, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's been way too long.
Yeah. But you got to look at it this way. That means you're throwing away the 4th round draft pick that you did last season, right? To go get Trey Lance, right? And you're throwing away $5.5 million that you drafted him, that you paying him for, right? And then you're paying even Cooper Rush $2.5 million. I believe that there's a situation that we are paying the most out of all of the 31 other teams at quarterback spot. In that spot, but because you still got to pay Dak Prescott $55 million for this season, and then it rolls over for next season, $40 million. And if you even hit with Trey Lance, you still got to pay him 20. And what's 20 plus 40, y'all?
60.
Yeah, that's still $60 million. Plus, you're going to have to still find a backup quarterback for that spot. So you end up paying $60 to $65 million for 2025 year, still trying to look for that quarterback. So to me personally, the Cowboys, they are in the top end of all of the quarterback pay stuff. And that's only because of themselves, shot themselves in the foot by not getting in front of these contracts. And it's crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna be big. All right, so we pivoted, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get back into this draft, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, you know what I'm saying, I ain't trying to be against time. I don't know how much time you got, Law, but it's so much information, man. Yeah, you know,
we rolling.
Yeah, we rolling though. But as far as that running back position, right? It's so much talent. I know that we did sign Freeman, but I think that that's going to be one of those guys, those in between the tackle, goal line type of guys. I think he's going to end up being like a Ronald Jones. So he's going to have to go out there and prove it. But it's a lot of talent as far as that draft. So let's get down to my favorite prospect that I like, Jonathan Brooks. He's one of my top guys. He is my top guy, him and Trey Benson. But what this guy can be able to do, as long as this guy is healthy, our team doctor, he performed that surgery. So could this guy end up being one of those top tier players coming out of the draft, like how Jalen Smith was, ended up getting injured and you pick this guy up in the 2nd round? That could possibly end up being something like that when it comes down to this guy. But being one of the most complete running backs coming out of this draft, running the ball, running in between the tackles, catching in the perimeter, and just doing all the things that he needed to do to be a difference maker on the field. They're going to have to think long and hard, because one thing about me, man, I got to show all the bad plays, all the good plays as well. I can't just overhype these guys. And he's one of the cleanest prospects, Law. He's definitely one of the cleanest prospects that I saw, just being consistent out there, man. So it's going to be big. Chat box, you guys let me know which running backs y'all like, because it's a plethora of them out there.
Yeah, when you talk about Jonathan Brooks, who can catch out of the backfield, who's not afraid to run in between the splits, even though he's 206, he got good feet, and you can see that. Now, if you think about the injury coming off of that, he may be a little delayed. There's no way that you can look at Tony Pollard and say, okay, yeah, we liked his explosiveness. We like what he was able to do, right? Post-injury, right? Oh, I mean, pre-injury. But now you look at post-injury Tony Pollard, you have all of those small reservations. This is the thing. With Jonathan Brooks, I get it. The team doctor did his deal. I know he get paid good money. I think the doctor is named Cooper. But when we look at it, it's still this.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Yes, indeed. So, man, he is that vehicle that got scrapes and scratches, man, and not allow you to look up under the hood, you know. So I don't know whether or not that will be a good situation for us. But if we hit, and we are the gamblers that we are, man, it will be good for us to have a Jonathan Brooks on his team in the 2nd round.
Go ahead, Kevin.
We must address the running back position. I'm sick of playing around with it. Right. To refer to my stat earlier, Dak is 53-7 when we have 30 plus rush attempts. 20 and 34 when we have less. Right? He has 9 career wins. 9 career wins when we rush the ball for less than 100 yards. We have to go get a running back. We have to get the best running back we can. I don't care if he has an ACL, but like, so the only thing about Jonathan Brooks that I don't like is that I know the Cowboys will do. We'll get him and we'll rush him back too early.
Him, yeah.
And we'll run him into the ground when he needs to come along slow, especially come out to ACL, right? And again, if this is a year that you're really looking to go win a championship, do you want a project running back that you have to bring along slow? So that's my only problem with that. But other than that, Jonathan Brooks is my favorite running back in the draft.
Yeah, me too, man.
Maybe him and Trey Benson. I like Trey Benson a lot.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. He's really a good player, bro. I'm gonna let you hold it down as far as Trey Benson because I know you really like him. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, break down Trey Day. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yo, just a big boy, 3-down running back, right? He could do it all. He could block. He could catch. He hits the whole heart. Whoa.
Look at his plant foot. He
said plant foot, and then reverse plant foot. You know what I mean? And like, goal line runner. He's gonna lower his shoulders. He's gonna get in there, right? He's just a complete back, and he's ready to go right now, right? And I think you can get him maybe in the 3rd round, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? End of the 3rd round might be a stretch. You might have to trade up a little bit to go get him, but I think it'd be worth it. Oh, we got a little stutter, and then go. You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah.
I'm out of it. I like his vision. Look at that. Like this boy's a big. Oh, got him.
Yeah. So no arm tackling.
He's physical. He's physical. He's power. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I like this guy a lot.
Man, this guy being a 3-star recruit, coming in at 6 foot, 216 pounds. He did run a 4.39 in the 40. But then he started off at Oregon though, guys, and then he came to Florida State, and he was one of the guys last year. He had 905 yards, 5.8 average per clip, and then he had 14 touchdowns. But the thing is, he never reached 1,000 yards because it was a plethora of running backs there.
Right.
That's why you look at Keon Coleman. He never reached 1,000 yards. So they got a lot of talent as far as Florida State. But the better coaches, you got to figure things out like that, man, because, I mean, they have a wave of talent over there. But just seeing this guy, I mean, very, very explosive. I didn't really see too much as far as his blocking on film. So I'm not sure about that, like how I'm sure about guys like Jonathan Brooks. But just seeing the electricity from this guy and getting to that second level quickly, that's what you need as far as the Dallas Cowboys, man. And if you can be able to get those type of chunk plays, it can open up everything as far as the offense for guys like Dak Prescott and everybody else, bro.
Most certainly, and you get him out in space, and he can bring some of those things that we were talking about with Jonathan Brooks, right? Jonathan Brooks was right at 205, 206, give or take. But this dude is 225 doing the same thing. So size matter. If you think I'm lying, ask the ladies. So when you get somebody in with this kind of caliber of unique skills, you can't arm tackle him. He can get off to the edge. He will make sure that you bring that extra body down inside. And now you can work off a play action. Now you can still catch and throw him the ball in the flats. And he could be able to do those things for you. And especially he's 6'1", so you can line him up and do other things as well. And we do have other guys that's on this team when you do 2-back sets, like a Deuce Vaughn and Trey. So now you're working your whole entire offense and got nothing but everything on your playbook here. Not saying that Jonathan Brooks won't be able to do those things, but let's keep in mind, hey, these football players, it's about making a living, and they're going to go after those legs to test them out just a little bit.
Shoot, see, but the thing is, man, like when you're thinking about it, right, guys, in summary on those top running backs, like just talking about those guys, the Bensons and the Jonathan Brooks, you don't have to reach for these guys. If you feel as though second round is too early, you can be able to get guys in the middle rounds, the Kyren Williams. I mean, you've seen guys like Isaiah Pacheco being drafted in the second round. I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to continue to keep doing it because I feel as though talent is always there. The DeMarco Murray's being a 3rd-round pick. The Marion Barbers, rest in peace to him. He's a 4th-round pick. You can find talent at that running back position. So, Law, give me your thoughts on guys like Audric Estime, because I think that, with him, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, if you can be able to grab a guy like him, if this team decides to either go wide receiver or if they go offensive line and then wait to get that running back, I think that Audric Estime can be one of them guys, bro.
Most certainly. Now you're talking about another physical power back that can just run in between the splits as well, downhill guy. Now there are some limitations with him, but I can tell you that the physical presence will be there. There'll be something that we need on this particular team. And on top of that, with Audric, if you look at this film right here, watch this right here. He getting the ball inside, run in between that A gap there. That's about 4.5 yards, 5 yards there. We need that. We need to have that capability to get that safety down inside the box and somebody that can battle and go blow for blow. No diddy, with you down inside. And those are the things that the Cowboys need to have. And we didn't have that explosiveness from the inside last year. Well, I know we said that Rico, he is a guy that can run with authority, but we didn't have that on a consistent level. So now that I'm looking at it like this, with your earlier picks, we can go with the trenches. We can go with the center, or we can go in the second round, go with that linebacker, or go in the third round and go with that other guy that we probably need on the inside, as far as the interior defensive guy. And then if you play around and fool around and get him in the fifth round, that would be a situation. Do you guys think that he will fall to the fifth, or he's the fourth round pick for sure?
I think that he can possibly. Let me turn this off real quick. I've been running so many dang on videos.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Bad, okay. I think that he could possibly be there. I mean, being 222 pounds. Last year he rushed for 1,341 yards, 6.4 a clip. 18 touchdowns. This is the stuff that really matters. We do know that he did run a 4.71. So that 4.71, sometimes that can be the difference of you making it to the fourth and fifth round. You know what I'm saying? But the better scouts running in between the tackles is not always about that breakaway speed. If you have that vision, just like guys like the running back from the Commanders, what's his name? Alfred Morris. He wasn't the best guy, but that vision, if you have a player, that's why the scouts, they got to figure things out when it comes down to players like him. But he doesn't catch the ball a lot. I think he scored like one touchdown this past year.
Right.
But I do see him though, Law. He has that Marion Barber type of energy where he doesn't shy away from contact. But sometimes that can be concerning, man, because you want these guys to be healthy for their career.
Yeah, and then he's only 20, so he's only 20. He's still younger back too. So like you said, he's 5'11", 6 foot, right at 230-ish. So yeah, I'm looking at this sheet right here as far as his size. So you getting that. It's just that he's not going to be that burst. I'm going to separate you guys.
How much does he weigh?
225, 230-ish.
25, yeah, yep.
Ish. You got to put that ish in there,
I'll give him a little break for the 4.71 then, because like, I ain't doing no 4.71.
Oh, you ain't rocking with it? Hey, but look, I got to let you know, you know what I'm saying? This is what the stats look like, so we got to talk about this, guys. We've been losing too long. Like, I'm telling you, that's why I say, I'm posting bad plays. I'm posting good plays. I'm not hiding nothing.
Yeah.
Tell the world about that 4.71. Because I tell you, we don't even, like, our run scheme isn't even to his strength, so I feel bad even picking him. Right? We never run the ball up the middle.
I mean, who you gonna run the ball up the middle with? Deuce, Tony? Who you gonna run? Rico hurt guy. We
can have Jerome Bennis on this team and not run the ball up the middle. We got to bring Eddie George and not run the ball up the middle because Mike McCarthy just doesn't do it.
Yeah, true that.
Our run scheme is just so bland and stupid. We run out of shotgun the most at any person at any team in the league. It doesn't make any sense. So I feel bad picking up a guy like this. At least with Benson and Brooks, you have versatility and like they can bounce and cut. Like this guy seems like a one cut guy, right? A one cut, hit the hole and go guy, right? Which if we have the right offensive lineman, we have the right scheme, yeah, he can be good on about 4.71s or whatever. But 225, 230, right? That's good running back. That's good running back weight. You know what I mean? That was what Zeke was when he came out, right? Nah, I think it was like
but Zeke was like 220, and then he ran like a 4.40, something like that, right?
And he ran like low
and
to the
then he had to loosen it. Like Zeke is special, man. He was generational back. It's just the fact that we had Jason Garrett. You put Zeke in Shanahan's system, he'd probably be still running,
He'd still be running.
But I would tell you this: the reason why we don't run an A or B is because you had Tyler Biadasz getting pushed back. And I get it. We used to run, and Zeke used to drop that head in between Travis Frederick and Zach Martin, but we don't have that anymore. We don't have that luxury. So if you get that big boy, now you can get those things going. What you about to say?
It's so crazy, Lord. That's why we started off this show, Lord. We started talking about the trenches. We started talking about the interior. Then we worked our way to the running back.
Right.
So you got to make sure you get that right.
Hey, you're right. And then this is the difference of, hey, that's why Audric will be a steal in the 5th and the 6th round. And I don't think he'll fall all the way to the 6th, but he'll be a steal around that time. But if you fool around and get him in the 3rd, then you're sitting there like, hey, wait a minute. Now you have chances to bring up these reservations. On top of that, we don't have a 4th round draft pick. And I said this on the show the other day. What happened if all of these running backs get to running on the draft in the late 3rd? We don't pick again until the 5th, and that's late. So,
but then that's when we got to start having conversation. Because I mean, I got a long laundry list of all 22s of these running backs, Law. But that's when we start getting in conversation about guys like Braylon Allen. Then we get in conversation about guys like Rasheen Ali. A lot of these top 30 visits, we got to really lock on to these top 30s, man. That's why we've been talking about these guys in the top of the draft. The Jace McClellan, he's another one of those guys.
Right.
Keep in mind, okay, coming out of Alabama, he put in a lot of work. So, like, a lot of those guys, man, we just got to lock in and focus and see what happens as far as that running back position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A sleeper pick is Blake Watson, man. Oh my goodness, man.
Blake Watson, another one.
Watson, 5'9", though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Him and Marshawn Lord. He's about 23 and a half, so he's going on 24. I like him, but Blake Watson too. He's 24. So some of these guys, if I'm going with a running back, I may have to go with the youth, because I'm looking at tread on tire.
Okay, you're looking at trade. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, I know it's a split back situation. So out of all of those guys, give me Bucky Irvin.
Bucky.
Let me see. Oh, you like Bucky Irvin? You like?
Wait. I like Bucky, and then I like what he brings to the table.
I like Bucky.
All right.
Yo, what's your
Hey, hold on, let him hold it down, Rob. Don't switch it up, baby.
Well. Now you have a guy that can do a end all be all, right? Not saying that he will be that, but he's a weapon for you. He's smaller, he's lower to the ground. He's about 5'8" and a half, close to 5'9", and he'll make the first guy miss. And if you give him space, he will make the opportunity for you. And if you're looking at feet action and putting his foot down on the ground, getting upfield, he got that. And what I like is the stop and stutter go speed. A lot of people love the 40 times and all that, but I like that short area quickness. I like the perimeter, the boundary runs that he is able to do, and he got that sneak factor. He can catch out of the backfield. He brings that to the table. Watch, you saw them yums. That man was sliding over there to the cooler section, man. I want that. I need that. And I know we got a Deuce Vaughn, tiny Deuce Vaughn, but that could be the reason why we got a Royce Freeman that's sitting on the sideline that could be that battering ram for you, as well as this other guy by the name of Snoop Connor. So you bring in this dude with the sweet feet, I think that he'll be able to eat. And he's a willing blocker, too. You get him down in there. But what's y'all thoughts on him, man? Because I don't want to take over the room, though. You know, go ahead.
It's all good, baby. We vibing, man. But, with Bucky Irvin, like, he's one of the guys. I mean, he's not the biggest player, but the thing is, when you get into that NFL, but I think that, with him in space, he can do some of the things that Tony Pollard can be able to do. But if you do grab him, I guess if he's there in the 4th round, I don't think he'll make it to the 5th round. I didn't finish writing down all my notes on Bucky Irvin, but, it is what it is. But seeing the highlights and the lowlights from this guy put in a lot of work. But you still want to have a running back that's going to come in there with him, a bigger type of running back. But I think that he can make a difference, something like Tony Pollard in his first few years, bro. Yes,
and any of these running backs before Captain Rob go, outside of Jonathan Brooks, and to my opinion, Trey Benson, you're not looking for these guys to be feature backs. You're looking for these guys to be split backs in these particular systems. And I could be 1,000,000% wrong, but that's just my observations and analysis of it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you got anything on him, Rob? Because
no. You guys covered him. I like him a lot.
Okay.
He's a guy that anytime he touches the ball, it can be a touchdown, and that's what I want.
Big fact. Okay, so let's pivot real quick. So let's switch on the other side of the ball, because we're talking about the trenches. We're staying right there. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff to talk about. I hope Tom ain't against me, guys. You know what I'm saying?
I'm chilling.
As long as y'all chilling for a little bit, man, we good, dog. But,
no, we good.
Okay, all right, man. Because that defensive tackle position, Rob, you let me know how much you believe in guys like Mazi Smith. We know that one technique position is critical if this team is going to make any noise in the playoffs when we get there come December, come January. I do like Mozzie Smith, but I think that with his type of and his position that he's in now, I do want to see that guy weighing what he's supposed to weigh and getting in the way, being that space eater. I think he could be a good player, but you don't want this guy to get comfortable at all. If you can be able to bring in talent, go get that guy. If it's the 3rd round, the 4th round, just seeing how it all plays out, bro, because I know a lot of people got questions when it comes down to Mozzie Smith.
All reports are saying that he's getting back up to playing weight, and for whatever reason that Dan Quinn had him drop weight last year is like Mozzie should sue Dan Quinn. Like, bro, like you're costing me millions of dollars. Like you're like we drafted you to be the big body inside, and we're losing weight. What are we doing in Dallas, man? What are we doing? Jerry, you talk about being all in. How about being all in on the guys that we have, right? How about concentrate on the dudes that we already have, right? Because Mozzie can't be that dude, right? Yo, what did he say last year? He's like, I only like playing football. I just like hitting people, or I just like moving people, or something like that, right? He bench pressed 325 pounds 25 times. That's crazy strength, right? And now that he's about to be 350 pounds again, 340 pounds, we might be good inside. We might actually stop the run for once in 3 decades. We haven't stopped moving not once in 3 decades, right? So we need defensive linemen. Like we can't bank on Mozzie. I still believe in Mozzie. I'm not gonna write him off just after 1 year, especially in a down system. With all his weight fluctuation, I'm not gonna do that to him. But we can't bank on him coming back and being the first rounder that we all want him to be.
Yeah. One of the things that was alarming is when he said, "I don't like football. I just like hitting people."
Something like that.
Something like that. And my guy was like, I always like throw in movies, right? Bloodsport back in the day was a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Bolo Young, right? And yep. Jean-Claude Van Damme went out there and he hit this brick and said, "Yeah!" and broke the brick in half. And he was like, Bolo Young stood up and said, "Brick don't hit back," something along that nature. So you like hitting people, but people hit back in the National Football League. So yes, he was probably one of the strongest persons or people we drafted in many a moons, right? But I can tell y'all right now that he got a lot of stuff that he got to work on. On top of that, he's not working on anything because he's going through rehab. He got a shoulder situation that he would not be ready. So he's going to have to work himself back into football shape, and he's going to be working the courts, I believe, all the way through Oxnard. So it's going to be a whole lot of wait and see. Now, they can try to cover their bet and say, yeah, it was my guy Dan Quinn that was using him wrong. But we all knew coming out of college that he had to work on get off, right? Hands, and then he gonna have to work on knee bend and staying low. So those are things that we're gonna have to sit back, and I would say to you all, it's gonna be a whole nother year of developing, because I talked to some trainers around here, and he said that what Justin Matabuke needed to work on is the same thing what he needed to work on. But Justin Matabuke, who he trained, he jumped right in onto it and didn't wait around with it. So he gonna have to look at it and work on head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And I said, God dog, what else do he need to work on? Eyes and ears and mouth and nose? Because that dude gonna have to work on everything. And that's just what it is. So the Cowboys, best solution would be go in here, draft the interior big boy, or after the draft, do some type of trade acquisition to get a big boy down inside, or hope that a team done drafted a big boy, that they released a veteran so that they can bring him in. That will be our only hope.
Yeah, that's why I say that, when you're looking at situations like guys like T'Vondre Sweat, I mean, he got in trouble, and that's the typical Cowboy, man. That's keeping 100 right now. And it's crazy that, I feel good about him coming to Dallas because of the organization. I think that he'll be fine. But every time you get to the draft, it's always like one guy that end up cutting up, and then next thing you know, they end up not even getting drafted, or they might end up getting drafted late. But as far as where I had him slotted at, I mean, he was always like a 3rd round pick to me, not a 2nd, but like a 3rd. But getting in trouble, getting that DUI, I think he's going to end up being a 4th or 5th round pick. I mean, Dallas is going to have to take a long look at him. I mean, because if you can be one of those guys that can be that space eater coming out of Texas, they know that guy good and well. And it's going to bring out better linebackers. If you can be able to bring that guy, allowing your linebackers to roam sideline to sideline, that's why we've been pressing these trenches. We haven't even talked about the skill position players yet, as far as like the wide receivers and stuff like that, because I think that only way we can be able to get to where we want to go is you got to keep on nabbing at those one techniques. You got to nab at the offensive line and doing things like that. But just seeing this player, just being able to be athletic, I think that he can be something good. And, you know, having guys like Eric Kendricks coming in as well, bro. So we'll see how it all plays out as far as T'Vondre Sweat, and see where, you know, he's going to land at.
Yes, indeed, man. Rob, did you already talked about Sweat or
yeah,
Yo, I love Sweat. I take him in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. You know, he got DUI though, bro.
I don't care.
That's hot.
I need him to
hot, bro.
drive the pocket
bro. I
back.
can't. I think
need him
he might be
to drive
available,
the
bro.
pocket back, okay?
Yeah.
That's DUI. Hey, yo, you make mistakes, okay? I get it. But you can't teach, again, you can't teach these physical traits that this boy has, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's what, 6'4", 360, and he moves, and like he's quick, you know? And he loves football, right? Unlike Mozzie Smith, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes down, what don't the Cowboys do well?
I mean, you look at somebody like T'Vondre Sweat, who, as you can see when you look at the film, he got get off. As a big boy at 360, who my guy Foster King said it was reports that he was at 410. But you got to also quantify. Yeah. Shout out to Foster King, man. But that's a big old boy at 410. But I can tell y'all that when you have that size and you have the willingness to have the get off, and then you demand a double team, it is also beneficial. Look at Byron Murphy. You think Byron Murphy he's going in the 1st round? Who can somebody let me know who was beside Byron?
Mr. Sweat.
Yeah. So you're gonna have some sacrifices in that, man. So
I get them both.
Yeah, I like both of them. So now the question in the conversation will be at the 24th spot. If Byron there, Murphy.
Absolutely.
If Byron Murphy's at 24, you go back.
Bro, like literally, bro, like everything that guy's, he's a human wrecking ball. And you know, he was on Bruce Feldman's freak list. I know Mozzie Smith was as well, but that's just a testament to how powerful this guy is, playing with a low center of gravity. I got his all 22.
That boy plays.
Break him down real quick. I need to put him on the screen, dog.
When you talk about playing with leverage, that's Mr. Murphy. Right?
Bro.
There's this one play that we're about to go see. If once JC pulls it back up, he took out 3 linemen in one play.
Yeah.
Just with his explosiveness, and like JC thought, like we originally disagreed on this. I was like, yo. He's lined up in the A gap. He jumps to the C gap.
Oh yeah.
The three linemen are like
trying to find it.
Like,
he would slap you and he get upfield. And the great thing about it, if we get Byron Murphy in the building, man, he's right here in Texas. I think he went to DeSoto High, DeSoto native, you know what I'm saying, Texas. So we'll be able to get him on a pod, man. We'll be able to talk to him. Yeah, come on, Cowboy, please draft Byron Murphy. Yes, indeed, boy. We'll be able to get him all good and talking about how his dog nasty mentality is. He'll crawl on all 4s, Captain Rob.
Yeah, absolutely.
All 4s to go get that quarterback.
Do we want defensive trenches or offensive trenches? Like, what do you guys think better more?
The game is won and lost down in the trenches, man. I just saw Green Bay. They was at 50 points to all 0 at one point.
Man, there you go, man. Like, this dude is an absolute wrecking ball, man. And I've seen throughout the whole 22, bro, you cannot move this guy. Super athletic. You can line this guy up all in the interior, and you can look at the low center of gravity.
You're not moving him.
Yeah.
Not too many people can do it. Guys like Aaron Donald, not trying to compare him to a guy like him, but watch the explosion from this guy.
I love it.
In that, hey, look, man.
That's gritty. That's gritty right there, dog.
Low is so. We all know with football law, the lowest man usually always wins. You know what I'm saying? So, when you have a guy like that, you got to, definitely consider him if this guy's available. But this was a bad play. Me and Rob questioned this play. I didn't like how he.
No, not that play. No,
it's coming. It's coming. But
it's coming. Well, he fights through it, man. Strong player, violent hands. Watch how he keep his elbows inside and his structure. He keep moving. Yeah, even if he get thrown on the ground, hey, I'm playing through the echoes of the whistle. Get right back up. We fall down, but we get up. Come on, man. Look at the dude, man. We need that animal right there, man. Hey, our guys fall on the ground, man. They stay there. And even as a 3-tech guy, he's 308. He would still be the biggest guy on our team. He still be the biggest interior guy. Jeez.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Rob.
Now
Rob.
he got short arms too. Now, Rob. Now talk about him.
Short arms.
I ain't gonna talk about the man's short arms like that, but
What? Oh, that play right there. Keep going.
He just plays with incredible leverage. You can't move him. And when it comes to stopping the run, right? Now we need to go get linebackers who can play behind him. When it comes to stopping the run, we need to eat up offensive linemen. So players like, Damone Clark and right in the britches, what's his name, Bell? 214-pound Bell can run and make plays. These are the guys that we need if that's the type of scheme that we're going to play with. I don't think that's the type of scheme that we're going to continue to play. But I'm saying, like, we need these big boys. Our defensive mindset is chance and opportunity, right?
Okay.
We take chances on sacks and getting turnovers, right? We have never been a stout defense. We can never just be like, you know what, we're gonna line up and you're not gonna move the ball 1 yard on us today. We've never been that, right? You know, bend but don't break. We'll get a sack here, a key sack there. We'll get a key turnover here. We might give up 25, but we know our offense is gonna score 35. So we good, and we'll make an opportunistic play when it happens.
Yeah,
I'm sick of that shit.
Okay.
Right? Because in the playoffs it don't work like that, right?
Yeah.
We saw what happened in Green Bay. We just got ran over.
Hey, man.
Okay.
All right. So 2 things that we want to hit on before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a lot. But as far as this linebacker position, there's been so many good things that we've been talking about, guys. The offensive line, defensive line, the running back position. Dallas is going to have to make moves. It's going to be hard to mess this up, Law. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't done nothing in free agency. You know what I'm saying? Unless they end up picking up a safety or something crazy like that. But it's going to be hard to be able to mess this up. But
watch out for a wide receiver now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what we're about to get. We got 2 more things to hit. So the linebacker position and wide receiver before we get out of here. So, Rob, you let me know as far as Eric Kendricks. You know what I'm saying? So we can be able to pivot. How do you feel about him, man, coming in and then possibly us picking up another linebacker this year? Let me know what you feel about Kendricks, bro.
I mean, it's a start, but it's one guy, right? Now we have what, him, Overshown, Clark. We need 6 linebackers, right?
Yep.
We have 3. We have like 3.5 with
Parsons.
With Parsons, right?
Yeah.
Parsons should play a lot more linebacker than what he does. That's in my opinion. But we don't. We need more. We need to go draft a rookie linebacker. Edgerrin Cooper would be awesome, right? Kendricks is a start. It's a start. He's an older guy. He's been a good football player for a long time. I've always been a fan, right? He makes plays. He knows how to play linebacker. He's not a safety coming down and play linebacker. He knows what he's doing. He's a veteran in Zimmer's defense, right? He's been a Pro Bowler, right? It's a start. That's it. Just a start.
Yeah, we need hope, luck, and faith to be on our side with Kendricks being healthy. And if that can all of those combinations happen, because he is, 32, 33-ish?
32, yeah.
32. Okay, so he's long in the tooth at that spot. And I'm not saying that he can't play for a long time, but what we need is his mind to teach whoever we got. If it's Overshown, we need for him to teach that. Well, Dan Quinn did a great job of getting rid of all of our resources and then going to the ops, right? So he gutted us at interior for defensive tackle, and he gutted us for linebackers by getting rid of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jabril Cox of the world, Devin Harper. So, and then he got rid of. Think about it. This is a mad scientist move right here. He got rid of Big Jonathan. He didn't get rid of Hankins, but he got rid of Bo, and he got rid of other guys. Who else? The Ridgeway kid. Yeah. And just like your running back is married to your offensive line, your linebackers is married to your defensive front. So those marriages is kind of like broken up over here in Cowboys land. So when we look at this draft, linebacker is an area of need because the freaking Cowboys don't dance around in free agency. Yeah. And so this would be a situation that we got to hope that a good linebacker who can stay healthy falls right to us. And that's the only thing that I could say. So, yeah, we will need one.
And it's going to be imperative, man. It's going to be big time. That's why I'm so happy, guys, about Eric Kendricks coming in. I mean, he is a dog. Like, when you're thinking about Mike Zimmer and him understanding what Mike Zimmer wants, it's going to be a lot of double A-gap schemes where you got two linebackers pre-snap. They're going to be hugging against that A-gap, just trying to get that quarterback to overthink. Sometimes you might have a linebacker that might be bluff blitzing. Then the other linebacker, he might be blitzing, or both bluff blitzing, or both blitzing. So just switching things up. So keep an eye out when it comes down to things like that. But it's good because the linebacker position, the Damone Clarks, the DeMarvion Overshones, a lot of these guys. But at the same time, the NFL is not for long. You do not want these guys to get comfortable. That's why we got to talk about guys like Peyton Wilson. But it's so funny though, Law, because right before you start talking, you just mentioned injuries.
Yeah.
So I did mention a couple live streams ago that he could be LVE 2.0, not because of skill set, but because of injuries. But the thing is, when you do see this player, we got to talk about him, guys. Chat box, y'all let me know what y'all think about Peyton Wilson. But a four-star recruit coming out in 2023, he had 138 tackles, 17 and a half tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 9 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions, y'all. That is fireworks. Yeah. So if we calling a spade a spade and keeping it real. So he's a high IQ type of player. This guy has the ability to be able to close, one of the better athletes as far as that linebacker position. And but health is key when it comes to this guy. And we've been talking about it this live stream with the Dak Prescott contract. We need these guys to be on the field. Your best ability is availability. Law Nation.
Yeah, it goes back to when you're healthy, you're wealthy. And this guy, if he can stay healthy, and that's the big, tall order, right, with our linebackers or with our team in general, the things that's been holding us back is the health aspect of it. We would see a player get going and all of a sudden they get hurt. But we need this guy. If he can stay healthy, he's by far my best linebacker in this group. Outside of that, it would be Edge Cooper. But I would tell you guys, if this dude can play, he'll be that hook to sideline guy or hook to flat. He'll be also the guy that can give you edge rush move like this. And think of it, Parsons can be on the other side or Sam Williams can be on the other side. Now you're getting help, and then you're getting a guy that can come downhill to hit and field. And that's what we're looking for. That can disengage right here. And look, the lateral movement is there, churning his feet, not stopping them. So, yeah, you have problems and issues with the reservations of can he stay upright. But, man, this is everything that you need out here on the field. And I would say this. If you have the guys of, like, I think Luke Kuechly mentioned him. I think Luke Kuechly mentioned him. And I think it was. Somebody mentioned him and matched him up. And I'm not saying that he's Luke Kuechly. But, dog. Yeah, even if we can get that, I heard Luke Kuechly was good for the doggone Panthers. Give me that.
Yeah, big fact. Well, go ahead, Captain Rob.
Hey, Sean Lee was better though.
And he was a hurt guy too,
He was a hurt guy, man. But Sean Lee was the best linebacker. He's one of the best linebackers I've seen play football.
Yeah.
I'm biased, whatever. But that's my guy.
So it's gonna be big.
No, Peyton, I mean, he could be a dog, man, but the injuries of course scare you. But I'd be like, I don't like drafting on if you're injury prone or because injuries can happen at any time.
Facts.
You can never have had an injury ever in your life and then step on the first day of practice and tear ACL. It can happen.
Yeah, knock on some wood, yeah.
And then you can never get injured again. So like, I can't draft scared. If the guy's talented and you like him and he can make plays when he's healthy, then go get him. Of course, the Cowboys are going to be like, well, let's not get him because if he does get hurt, then we're going to get trampled in the media. But who gives a damn, right? If you like the guy, you need to help the football team, go get him, right? At the beginning of last year, I said we were weak in the linebacker room, we were weak in the running back room, and we didn't address it, right? And we got weaker, right? We let LVE go. Well, he retired We brought in Kendrick, but we need linebackers, right? Like this is still football. Everybody says it's a
well. Let me raise you then, Captain Rob. So you mean to tell me you would draft a Bruce Carter over again? You would draft a Sean Lee over again? You would sit back and draft LVE over again and Jalen Smith? You would draft all of those guys over again because you said no. Don't shake your head like this. No, you just said you don't care about those reports. It can happen any time. You would disregard what the people been saying as far as injuries and coming off of that. Would you do that, Rob? Would you? Come on, Captain.
Well, I don't. Hold on now. I don't think LVE was an injury prone guy.
Yes, he was. They had that neck thing prior to. Yeah, it was on his reports. Yeah. Not to beat you up though. Not to beat you up, AJ.
Give him the press kit law. Nah, give him the press kit law. Give him up, man. Give him the press kit.
Not to beat you up. I didn't mean to go all in on you.
Hey.
Contain the damn ball.
Hold on. Wasn't Adrian Peterson injury prone coming in? Would you draft him over again?
Hell yeah, I'll draft him over again. I'm biased to my analysis approach. But wait a minute, now give me another counter.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Okay, so because this was good, man. We covered on almost everything. But the last thing, this is my last thoughts. I won't be able to rest well if I don't ask this question. How y'all feel about picking up a wide receiver in the first round?
Depending on who's there. I just want to say I love you.
It'll be fun. I guess it'll be fun.
I've been trying to fight it, Law, because I've been talking about trenches, but I gotta throw that in there. There's so much talent. Like, you're getting closer to the draft now. You know that, you're getting closer to those wide receivers. You know what I'm saying, Rob? That's just what it is when it comes down to these guys. But the Brian Thomases, the Donnie Mitchells, and so many guys out there, there's a possibility that one of these guys will be available. But my thing is, like, I know that this team can make it look good in the regular season, and they'll put up a lot of points when it comes down to it. You pick up one of those big-time guys at the wide receiver position. But the thing is, when you run up against those teams in the playoffs that got stout trenches, that's how they can be able to control you when it really matters most. That's why I'm a little opposed to it. But my thing is, in summary, guys, when we're talking about the left tackle position, the center position, if you feel as though you can be able to trade back, or if you go get your left tackle, if he's not there, or anybody that we talked about in the beginning of this show, if they are not there, then possibly you can go out there and go get that wide receiver, man. Just go get a guy that can go out there and make a difference. That's why I said from the beginning, man, that I don't think that this team can be able to get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh my gosh, man.
That's why I was trying to set the show up a certain kind of way.
Should have led off. You should have led off with the wide receiver. You can take the whole show and throw it away if we fool around and say, yeah, man, hey, take all what we said about the inside and the trenches, man. Let's go get Brian Thomas Jr., man. Come on with it, baby.
Hey, look.
I know, right?
Stop,
big fan of Brian Thomas, but he's Cowboys. And you drop 100 points a game, a season, you don't need no damn wide receiver, right? When you got Jake Ferguson and Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb and Dak the Great, right? In the regular season, come on now, we talking about playoffs though.
Hey Rob, remember you said this team roll out the bag, scoring about 500 points in a year, or something like that. You
just dropped 40 points a game like it's nothing, right? But now in the playoffs. When you need big boys up front, people around,
bro.
We can't do that. We can't do that. When you got to stop big boys from pushing you around,
you got
right.
And that's why
playbook open up too. Once you can get control at the line of scrimmage, their whole playbook open up.
Brandon Cooks scored 8 touchdowns last year. I'm good with that for my second guy, right?
What routes did Brandon Cooks run?
What routes did he run?
Yeah.
It was a bunch of goal routes.
A bunch of goals, and the route that he ran in the playoffs, that brother didn't run that route all year long. I'm just like, why he get now? All of a sudden, you're gonna put him inside to run that slant, and my God, Jair Alexander the Great run right through his body to get that ball away. So
he switched up everything.
He switched up everything, bro.
On both sides of the ball.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball. We fell flat on our face, man.
Gilmore out there like where am I at? I've been playing man all season. Now you want to
Hey, Law, but how do you feel about Malachi Corley though, bro? Because I know that he was the only top 30 visit this year as far as the wide receiver position.
Okay, I think that my guy Sky and Aisha, they both did a report on that, and they would probably use him as a split back, as a wide receiver / split back, the guy that can be in the backfield plus on the outside. I think that he got phenomenal short area quickness, stop and go speed. So if you look at what Mike McCarthy did with, what's the guy that he came to the Cowboys for a year right before Mike McCarthy got here. What's his name? He was not the coach. A player. Is it the tip of my tongue, man? Cobb. Yeah, Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah. He give you Randall Cobb's type of vibes. I'm talking about the youthful Randall Cobb, not the older version. So he give you that. And yeah. If you look at his overall skill set and you look at what he can do, he got short area quickness. He can run every route in the tree. He got some burst. He can get separation. He got good feet. He just a smaller size dude. You can put him in the backfield. You can do all of those things. He's a weapon. He's a weapon.
Yeah, heck yeah. But the thing is,
kind of like a poor man's Debo.
All right, put it like this. You think of this dude by the name of Zay Flowers. What can Zay Flowers do that he can't do?
I love Zay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is with him, man, they do have questions about his route running. But, being 5'11", 207 pounds, I mean, this guy can catch jet sweeps. You can put him in the backfield. He can do a lot of different things. I don't really like to compare players when it comes
to comps and stuff.
Yeah, when I see all 22, man, I see so many different things with the talent that's out here. But I think that he can be something, though. You know what I mean? And it's good because you see a situation where the top 30, it's only one wide receiver there. There's a possibility that he can be there in the third round. I don't think that he's going to make it to the fourth. Well, we don't have a fourth, but the fifth round. He's a really, really talented player. And I did hear that Steve Smith, he was raving about this guy, really making a difference. So we'll see how it all plays out as far as that wide receiver position. If they get a guy early on or if they get a guy within the mid rounds, I do think that they need to get a guy just to make none of these guys comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. A lot of people are saying Ty Montgomery. Yeah, you can put him in the mode of Ty Montgomery as well, of how Mike McCarthy can use him. But I'm not even thinking about Mike McCarthy. I'm thinking about what's this guy named? Shimko. I think his name is Scott Shimko. Steve Shimko. Steve Shimko is the guy that pretty much put Zay Flowers on the map over there in Boston College, right? It was him calling the plays. It was him getting the creativity going for him. And if I think that Steve Shimko is here, he will be able to have those same set of plays on how he got Zay Flowers moving and grooving, that he'll be able to get this dude moving and grooving in the backfield, moving him up out inside, moving him up wide, out wide, and using those speed and short area quickness that he got. Like you say, he may not be the most polished route runner, but he can run those routes in that tree, and you will see something that from that guy, Michael Kyler Corley, however you call that man's name. Yeah.
Hey man, this was good, guys. This is good. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Hey man, long time coming. Captain Rob, what you looking at, dog?
I'm just looking at, we don't need any more damn offensive help. Over the last 5 years, we scored the most points.
He going back to that like, hey, we scored some points.
Yeah.
We put up points on whoever. It don't matter. And it's that Prescott, but in the playoffs when it matters, he just don't be coming through.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And
that's why I say, like, with me, man,
that's how it goes.
My final thoughts on it, man, you just got to go out there and go get the guy that can make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we're talking about that right tackle position, switching those guys, those project type of guys, I'm a little funny when it comes down to things like this, like that. You want to make sure that you can get somebody in there guaranteed, but you don't want to reach for a player. Just go out there and find talent. Go figure out the little things. The Junior Colson's coming from Haiti when he was adopted as a kid, or when you're thinking about that. This is little thing. I think it was so funny that I picked that picture. I had that picture up a little while ago, but it's kind of random that I said that, but I just want you guys to see, because like little things like that matter. first thing that this kid saw was a Michigan hat. That's his brother right there, straight across, and that's Junior Colson at the bottom right there. He got a little nugget head over there.
Yeah,
he got a little nugget head over there. But man, it's so awesome. First hat that guy saw was Michigan, and the reason why I mention things like this, guys, is because playing other sports, wrestling, understanding leverage, all of that stuff matters in the scouting department. So this team got so much work to do, Law, and it's going to be really good to see how it all plays out. Law, where you going at for the draft party, man?
Oh, man, yes, indeed, man. I'm glad you mentioned it, man. Shakertons, man. If y'all in the DFW area and you have absolutely nothing to do, but you want to have some fun with some good food and drinks, come on out to 1409 North Collins Street in Arlington. It's called Shakertons. It's right down the street from the Texas Stadium. You can absolutely see the stadium in the backdrop. So come on out to Shakertons and not have a good time, but have a great time with us. And I truly believe, JC and Captain Rob, you just go out there and draft the best player available. If it's Cooper DeJean, then you can make an argument, stand tall. If he's your best player available on that board at that 24th spot, then think about this. You'll be solidified in your secondary for years to come. And if anybody's in their bag far as coaching up and getting these guys in order far as defensive backs would be Mike Zim. That's where he got it out of the mud in 1995 and 96 and 97. He started off as a DB's coach, and you already got Al Harris there. At least you'll know for sure you're strong at one side, right? And if that's the case, don't go into this draft reaching, because you've seen what happened with that. When you reach, you get a Mozzie. And excuse me, Mozzie, no offense to you. When you reach, you get a Luke Schoonmaker. So make sure that you just go grab the best player available and you work out everything else. If this doesn't prove anything, this will prove this right here. You got to dance around in free agency so that when you go into this draft, I love this statement. I think I got it from Scott Walker on his show and on the round table. They said, man, we going in that thing shopping while we hungry, right? And that's why those appetizers at Costco's and Sam Club be tasting good. Your belly touching your back. So, of course, when you eat the sample size, you're going to say, hey, I got something good. And then you get home, it ain't the same. So, hey, we supposed to eat a little bit before we got into this draft, man. So we didn't eat nothing. So we going into this thing with our belly touching our backs, and we might just end up picking up something that we don't need, like a bag of Tyler Guytons. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying,
we had to start off there. Go ahead, Rob, man. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, man, I just think after not attacking free agency, it's just like, yo, man, we're just building for the future. So, you can't, no matter what happens on Thursday, don't judge the dude off the fact that you don't know who he is, because you wasn't watching JC's All 22s or you weren't watching Law's show. Just because you didn't know who Tyler Smith was. Look at that, 2 years later, All Pro. Just everybody just give the young kid a chance.
Right.
That's what we do, right? Because we're not built. We're currently not trying to do nothing this year, right? So it is what it is. Yeah. Sorry, I don't bring everybody down, but it is what it is. And
it's been a lot.
And we have so many holes on this team. We need left tackle, center, second wide receiver, maybe third corner, 2 defensive tackles, 2 running backs, 2 linebackers. We only have 6 draft picks. So,
we'll see. We'll definitely see. But
we're gonna get a player. We're gonna get a player that's gonna be for the next 10 years. We're gonna be very happy with that.
Yeah. You're right.
So it's gonna be exciting, man. I can't wait to see how it all plays out, because we're doing these breakdowns. A lot of things that's going on, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And these live streams that we have here is very informative, just so you guys can just get a feel of what all these players are doing, talking about the good things and the bad things. We cannot, no in between. We got to keep it real when it comes down to the JC Network, when it comes down to Law Nation Sports. Law Nation, let them know where they can find you at, baby. Man,
most certainly, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on this nice platform, man. You guys can find me under Law Nation Sports, and that's on pretty much every outlet. That's YouTube, Twitter, as well as Facebook and on TikTok and on the X app. I think I already said that earlier, right? So y'all can check me out on all of those platforms and then go to lawnationsports.com and you will see my face, name, and logo there, man. It's a pleasure always talking to you, Captain Rob, and as well as you, JC Network. Come on, let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it.
Let's go, man. You guys can find me on JC Cowboys Network. So letter J, letter C Cowboys Network. I'm 35 subscribers away from getting to 4,000. So can y'all Cowboys Nation?
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm not that far away. It's so awesome, man, because you guys will definitely enjoy on my side of town all 22s. I might have an animal running across the screen. You never know. But it's going to be very informative. A lot of the players that we're going to be drafting, all of the unrestricted free agents that we're going to be drafting, I'm going to be doing some good all 22. So you guys got to check this stuff out. Going to be missing some good out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So check it out, man. Give me the 4K, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's get it.
Let's go.
All right, Rob, man. So is that it, man? We good? We covered everything?
Man, next time I see Rob, we're going to have to paint that room blue, man. Come on with it, man. Come on with it, man. Yeah.
Y'all just find me in love and sounds. So
And remember.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, man, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Thank y'all so much, Cowboys Nation. Talk to y'all soon.
Yeah. Well, I like this neo soul type of music in the background.
I know, right? You already know, man. It be all types of people in here, man. You can't be having the hood stuff all the time, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, man. I think I got a little something for us, because you already know what we do. Hold on 1 second, dog.
Shout out to Sexy Red and all of them, too, though.
I know, right? Hold on.
Hey, Chris Brown go hard, man. Chris Brown was on it, man.
Hold on.
Yeah. Chris Brown and...
Are we still there?
I can't even.
Wow,
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you finna put some neo soul.
Yeah, I got a little something, dog. Hold on.
Some Kim. Give him some Kim.
It's draft week. Hold on.
Okay, draft week.
Hold on. Hey,
That's one you rock to right there.
They did a 2-step, right?
Hey,
They better make a good decision, guys. Let's go.
come on, rock with us, y'all. Hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go
Let's
when it's
go.
time to tune in. The Cowboys JC Cowboy Network and my guy Captain Rob, baby. Come on.
Go, man.
Hey.
I appreciate y'all, man, so much,
Ho.
man. Two-step.
You finna turn me into DJ Law now, man. Come on. Prime time.
Give me my theme music.
Let's go. We up out, man. One love.
Yeah, one love, y'all. Gone.